over the supplements. We had, when we met the other day, the TA agreements, we had,
I don't need it. You guys need this? No, we're good.
okay.
New table for,
It's the Appendix A.
With the insurance
Yeah,
rate?
with the insurance rate changed based on the spreadsheet that we
Right.
TA'd. So that's a correction of the total premiums and what the board will be contributing this year based on the spreadsheet that we TA'd.
And I sent you the salary
Yeah.
TA. Was that all that I needed to send to you?
Yeah, I have, I'm gonna put all these that we TA'd in order and scan all of them to you.
Okay.
So you'll have.
All right, I just want to check these things. I don't know why I think it could exist without my glasses in.
I can't even turn the microphone on without mine.
What's the asterisk for?
it says it down in there.
Yeah, I know, but whenever somebody puts an asterisk on something,
It's,
yeah. I can read the sentence. It makes me
So-
it makes me concerned whenever somebody puts an asterisk on something. So I'm asking the
Because
question.
the board is, we took the contribution of the 7.7 and put it into what the board contributes toward the premium this year.
Okay.
That 7.7 is, I mean, next year it could be something different. Next year it might not, the board
That
might
rate-
not have to make a contribution or infusion at all to the self-insured fund.
that rate might change
Yeah.
next year.
I don't.
Well, of course, that was not the intention of the whole discussion, was to change that. I think we're gonna need a minute to caucus.
Okay.
Should we go over the rest of the stuff first, or?
Sure.
And then the other outstanding items are which actually kind of relate to the supplements, it's the SLPs, OTs, PTs, and CBCAs.
Yep. Am I supposed to, yeah, that was on us, right?
Well, we countered, still remaining $1,000 for each out of the operating, and then the MOU of $3,500
That's increased, right?
out of the millage.
So,
That's increased.
what, Rosemary, what date was that from?
It was on September 25th.
That amount has increased on the millage side. It's up to, I think we're getting 6,200 now.
So do I need to change the MOU?
No, because it's to them, right? So they will have to change we're still doing 1,000.
Right.
They'll have to change the supplement.
Okay. I have copies if you need them, Anthony.
So, all right, so as far as the counter proposal for $1,000 for, I'm missing a page, board certified behavioral analyst, occupational physical therapist, and
SLPs.
SLPs were on a separate page.
Yeah.
Actually, you put them all on the same one last time.
Here we go, sounds good.
Yeah.
Hey, before we break, I have a question for them about this.
All All right, so we are good to TA this piece.
Okay,
What about CBAs?
They're on.
They're on there, behavior sort.
Oh, my bad,
They're
my
called
bad.
BCBAs.
I got you. Sorry about that.
And so with the other one, you could just withdraw that because it covers all of these, I would assume, right? The other.
the
Remember
MOA.
you had the,
Yes, you can.
Oh,
withdraw
yeah.
that.
yeah,
Yeah, so everything we need is on there.
Right.
on this one right here, instead of having two separate ones. Because there was an SLP one and then there was one for media specialist.
Right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you just withdraw that one with the media specialist.
Yeah, they condensed it down. We
Mhm.
condensed it down last time.
All right, so that's good. Now, as far as the other piece of the MOA,
MOA.
we don't believe that that's necessary to have on a separate MOA because it's just going to be in the whole millage supplements MOA. I mean,
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm-
We're
Okay.
talking about the SLP one, right?
yeah.
Yeah, we don't
And
get
then-
three
Yeah,
of those.
you're gonna withdraw that one because it's,
Are you? Yeah,
Well, we've
yeah.
passed.
So we have the $1,000 coming out of the general fund for all of them.
Correct.
And then we'll
And the
talk
rest will
about the
come out of the
millage
Correct.
portion with the millage portion.
Correct.
All right,
Okay.
I think I will talk about this before we go into specific amounts. Is that everything you have?
I had one more, and I don't know where we left off. I know I know the CTE for the resource teachers was rejected,
Mhm.
but this is the MOU that we had. It's from last year, the same one that it's all paid out of the Perkins grants. It's the CTSOs, or the clubs.
Vanessa, what did we decide last time?
So are they, is there,
Mm.
I don't think we decided anything.
Well, because I think what we realized is nothing was ever paid last year. for
Yeah.
that.
No, remember I.
Are they on that list?
That's what, so are they paid out, they're paid out of content specialists on this list, correct?
No, this
is
something different.
All the clubs, future educators.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was paid separately, yeah.
It's
Are they
paid
on that
out of
list?
Perkins grant pays for
Yeah.
it.
Perkins grants, no, I don't think they're on this because the Perkins.
They shouldn't be.
Yeah, they should,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
I'll double check, but I don't believe I added them, because I think I caught that on the other list and took them off. So
Okay.
they shouldn't be here. But,
So I think that one's fine.
Yeah, it's like Business Professionals of America, Distributive Education Clubs of America, Florida Public Service Association, Future Business Leaders, National Future Farmers of America, Family Career and Community Leaders, Future Health Services, HOSA, Skills USA, Technology Students Association, and Florida Future Educators of America.
yeah, they're not on here. So
Yeah,
that
because
was-
they shouldn't because they're paid off their
they're paid
Perkins
out of a
grant.
different grant, yeah.
Yeah, so I just didn't know if,
So is this, that's different future educators?
Yeah, because you have the regular Future Educators of
Okay.
America, and that's the Florida Future Educators of America, which
Alright.
arguably, we pay less for future educators than the Perkins grant is paying for the Florida. I mean, even with their bump from the millage they get.
Yeah, so
Is that-
in the last Excel file you shared, I don't see any of the clubs in there, so.
so are we okay to?
Yeah, we're okay to sign that.
You'll sign that, Gail, and then here, take one more. We have two, yes, we have two.
You wanna sign that? Yep. All right, so before, like, we talk about any, like, specific amounts or anything in the millage, we've created a MOU to kind of try to outline how to proceed going forward. with this, because we know this is for 4 years.
Assuming this is talking about if we're short this year, take it from next year. If we're over, we put it on next year, that type of thing.
That type of thing,
Yeah. Nope, let's do this.
All right, so the first bullet says the supplement schedule will be adjusted as outlined in the attached appendix to include but not limited to all supplements outlined in Article 18, Section H that refer to professional, extracurricular, co-curricular, and athletics. So translation, the spreadsheet we've been working from, of course, removing some of the columns to remove the confusion is basically the appendix that we're agreeing to, and we hope it's our goal that that actually goes in the contract.
And I'd like to break that down to these, so like under athletics, all the athletics, under co-curricular, all the co-curriculars, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
I'm
how
gonna
it
tie
is
that to like a
current-
job code and all the things, right?
Yeah, that's
We're
something we
agreeing.
did a couple of years ago, is we put them in those categories, and right now
They're everywhere right now.
Yeah, and I think we want the job
Yep,
code.
yep.
I think we agree on
Yep.
that.
And then match up our
Yeah.
terms versus
Yep,
y'all's
yep,
terms.
yep.
Yeah, I mean, and then we have like 1, 2, 3, you know. all
Yeah,
this
yeah,
to-
yeah.
Mhm.
Gotcha, we agree.
Clean it up,
All right.
yeah.
So then, if any supplemented position was inadvertently left out of the appendix, it will be increased by 30%. So there's been a lot of changes, a lot of back and forth with this Excel sheet. So let's say we left off, boys.
Basket weaving.
Basket weaving, all right, basket weaving. And then we realize that 2 months down the road, we're just saying, let's apply the 30% for that. Okay. Our hope is that the additional portion of each supplement provided for millage will be paid concurrently with the supplement payment. Now, like what happened last year with the additional portion with
At the
ESSER,
end.
it was paid at the end.
One-time payment.
Yeah, so we're hoping it could be paid concurrently.
Truthfully, I don't know. I'll get the answer. I don't know. Again, our systems, I don't know.
Right.
I would love for that to happen. Yes, I
Yeah.
agree. I don't know. I'll get you the answer when we caucus.
Yeah, we'd have to ask payroll, like, what the
Yeah, no,
timeline is.
I understand. They're gonna kill you, but.
That's why.
It
And
won't be the
that's
first
just
time.
Right before they kill you, just, I mean, it's just so if they have, our
A
fall.
time frame or whatever.
Our fall sports get paid the extra in the fall instead of having to
Yeah,
wait
yeah,
till June.
I got you.
Right.
And tons of our teachers got that extra money
Right
and
before Christmas.
didn't realize what it was for. They were calling us to make sure they weren't overpaid. I was like, what does it say?
I don't
I'm
know
like,
who
no,
does
did
that.
you coach this? Yes, it's for
Seminole
that.
County, they double paid all
Yeah.
their teachers, their payroll.
Oh,
So I woke up one morning, I was like, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, but we can find out.
Okay.
all right, so next bullet says the district will commit to spend at least $9,022,959 each year on supplements from the general fund apart from the millage. So that's what's currently budgeted for the supplements from the general fund. We don't want this millage supplanting the amount that you guys are already spending. So I want you to commit to continue to spend what we believe you're spending on supplements. All right, next one says if the supplement allocation decreases in any of the 4 years, should be a comma there, all supplements will decrease by the same percentage decrease as the total allocation for that year. So if it goes down next year by 10%, just across the board, everything goes down by 10%. Next bullet, the supplement increases earmarked. Did I miss one? Okay. The supplement increases earmarked in the BPS ESSER grant for 2023-24 will be removed in lieu of this agreement, and the earmarked funding will instead go to the increase the supplement amount for certified exceptional student education teachers that provide ESE services, include those who teach students who are gifted, and ESE support specialists and ESE support facilitators for this year. This is contingent on state approval. So what we're saying is we have that extra 25%. we could be using that for other purposes and still increase the supplements. So if the state says it's a okay use of the money, instead of giving it for that, give it to all our ESE teachers then that's the contract language currently for those who qualify for the supplement.
Did you want to talk about sources?
Yeah, so we were made aware of one group. They're called Sources of Strength. It's suicide prevention clubs that are at some of the schools.
we've sponsored it at schools.
So I learned yesterday that Sources of Strength, I believe the Brevard Schools Foundation pays for the club. Like if the students want T-shirts or anything like that, the Brevard Schools Foundation covers that. The teachers that do sponsor this club, they were covered by the ESSER funds. So when ESSER runs out or goes away, they won't receive any supplements at all for this club, which evidently we have learned that is quite beneficial at our high schools. I believe it's at some middle schools, and the Schools Foundation is actually trying to work toward grants to get this into the elementary schools as well, but they're still working on the grant for that.
Do you know, so how much was spent on that last year? Or?
I don't know. I was trying to get a hold of the person in student services that might know what the teachers were actually paid last year through ESSER.
So can I see that sheet?
Yeah.
I have a solution maybe.
Yeah.
Or what is your solution
Well,
first?
I was just thinking, use some of this ESC,
Some of the ESSER funds this year.
to help.
So I have a long-term solution maybe. So on this sheet, like we've done special programs up to 10 in elementary, up to 5 in high, and up to 5 in middle. So I think that's one avenue that an administrator could say, I have these programs I could use. The other thing is I would point out for the special programs for up to 10 in elementary, technically we're already funding 5 of those, and we haven't applied that here.
Oh, yeah.
We applied it all came from the millage just because it was going to be even more confusing. So maybe we just add one for sources of strength from the elementary money.
That's true, we're over budgeting in that line.
Which line?
So it says.
The
elementary
special
up to
programs up to 10 in elementary.
10. We already spend up to 5.
We already
in our
do
current
up to
fund.
5, but because it's a little difficult to split out just 5, so we just put it all 10 towards the millage. Understanding we did go a little over, like 100,000 over in the bottom, so.
But yeah,
Because we've sponsored that program. That program's great. Like,
Yeah, right.
You're not going to get a pushback on us
Right.
for that
So
program.
we could fix that 5 or make it 5 to budget and just pull out and just make a line item for sources of strength. But I don't know how much they're making because the special programs is 500 here, so I don't know if they were paid more.
We just found out about it yesterday, so I don't have answers for you.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I can try to find out when we caucus.
And I don't think that should, if we're agreeing,
Yeah.
that shouldn't hold up anything today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I think it should be a paid
Okay.
supplement.
Okay.
So somewhere we'll figure it out. That's
Okay.
we're agreeing to that, and somewhere
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you
Yes.
understand what we're trying to
Sure.
do with the rest of it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yep.
All right, next bullet, a joint BFT and district committee comprised of 3 representatives on each side shall convene at least once per year to review the schedule, discuss concerns, and bring forth recommendations for updates or changes to the district, and that's worded funny, to the district and BFT bargaining teams, meaning the pot is bigger. We realize we're still low on something, we're trying to add something new. This collaborative committee gets together, says that we got to, the whole pot went up 10%, let's increase another 10% across the board, or let's do more for chess club, and so on. So once a year, that committee would get together, and then what we envision is they would come to the bargaining table and say, hey, both teams, this is what we recommended.
Right. In the event that something's brought to our attention throughout, maybe a new club is formed or something,
Or something.
Yeah, and I think some of the hope
missed or-
from us is I think this year we might get more of those, but then like year 2, 3, and 4, it's probably going to be fewer, right? Because I think we're hoping this year maybe we missed 1 or 2, right? Honestly, and then year 2, 3, and 4, it's not as many we've missed, hopefully.
And depending on how the money comes in, whether it's lapsed dollars or millage money, we have the opportunity to, you know, fix more supplements or increase them or bring them.
Right.
Bring the budgeted ones more in line with what they should be and then add the millage.
Right.
And I think, you know, that's been the huge discussion of the committee each time we met, was being able to fix this supplement schedule at the same time as using millage. So concurrently, not in lieu of.
All right, and then final bullet says these stipulations will remain in effect for the duration of the millage passed by voters in 2022. So these bullets here will kind of be the framework, the path for going forward with millage. As far as supplements, I should say.
I have no questions. I'd like to talk about it with Meg.
Yeah.
Okay, do we need to talk about anything on the chart?
I don't think so. I think we're good on the chart.
No, that was, I mean, the sources of strength was the only thing that we became aware of.
Vanessa, did you have anything, or Kyle?
No, I mean, I think larger discussion about,
I mean, yeah, we wish you guys were paying more out of your fund for SLPs, OTPTs, and CBAs, and
so
I think that's gonna be our position moving forward as
we're
well.
hopeful
Just-
moving to next year, right? When we're looking at budgets, and maybe next year, student services won't have to allocate $1 million for contract services, because honestly, they could be using that $1 million to fund supplements, which would then free up $1 million for us to adjust more athletics, more arts, more academics on the end. Because I do know it was the hope of the committee and board members that this 30% across the board was more. And we couldn't do that because obviously, I mean, our speech and language pathologists, we got them to, what is it gonna be, a total of 6,200 when we're done? Nassau County settled on $10,000 for their SLPs 2 nights ago. And that's the running number for districts around us. So even with increasing it this much, we're behind. So the budget's gotta be done differently next year, and if student services can, like I said, pay $1 million out of their budget for contract services, we gotta, you know, think about using that money creatively to free some of this money up to go more towards what it was intended for, which was to increase the ones in our contract and maybe get some more permanent budgeted for our SLPs.
I understand.
All right. Caucus?
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I got
Kyle.
one question for you, Ryan, about this. So next year we don't agree to anything. What happens to these premiums? Hypothetically, next year we don't even touch health insurance. What happens to the premiums? Are they the 822 or do they revert back to the 747?
I don't think I'm understanding your question. So let's say, it all depends on if the premiums go up or down, right? Like if the cost of the insurance goes up and down, then we'd have to change that.
Well, but I'm saying, let's say we decide we're not going to change anything on health insurance next year. Do the premiums stay the same? Do they go up? Do they go down?
They could go
The
up,
insurance
they could go
committee
down.
doesn't, I'm be honest, SIAC doesn't get to determine this. BPS gets to determine this, so.
I don't have an answer. It all depends on the health of the fund.
Well, I mean, you know, like, if you look at the Appendix A from the contract right now, if you look at the silver plan, the premium amount is $747.53. The premium went up this year. And
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
what causes the.
We're trying to determine if this is reoccurring money or one-time money.
Well,
That's,
right now, it's one-time money, that's why the asterisk is there, because the premium,
I think that's an issue, but we'll talk.
well, okay, so maybe I'm not explaining it right, but, so if the premium goes up, either the board does an infusion and the rates all stay the same and the board covers it, or we increase the board contribution one time, or it goes to the employee contribution.
We've never had an asterisk on this page before.
Because we never increased it like this before, we've always just done an
Let's talk
infusion.
about this, Kyle.
Okay.